Hey everyone, Cloud here, and welcome to my guide on the Gunnar's Ground quest. Now, for this quest, the only requirement you will need is level 5 crafting. That is literally it. And as for the items, there will be no items you need at all. So, simple enough. Anyway, that's all about that. Now, on to the quest starting point. So, we're currently at the Edgeville Lodestone, which can be accessed via the Lodestone network. If you don't have this one unlocked, and you want to know how to unlock it or other Lodestones, I do have a guide, which is in the description below. Just click that to check it out. It's very useful to do. But either way, from the Lodestone, we're going to head to the quest starting point, which is in the Barbarian Village. So head over to there now, and the location is being displayed on the minimap. So once you reach Barbarian Village, head to the gate, which is like towards the east part of the village, and you should see a dwarf sitting on the ground looking quite sad, called Dororan or Dororan. I don't know how you want to bloody pronounce it, but anyway, speak to him to start the quest. So after you've spoken to him and agreed to help, he'll want you to go get a gold ring for him from Jeffrey in Edgeville. He'll give you a scroll containing a love poem in exchange for the ring. So we're going to go north to Edgeville, and we're going to find Jeffrey, who is standing near the furnace. The furnace is located just northeast of the main Edgeville bank. So once you find Jeffrey, speak to him and exchange the love poem for the gold ring. And once you have it in your inventory, you want to bring the gold ring back to Dodoran. Once you get back to Dororan, he'll ask you to engrave the ring with a text. To do this, you want to use a chisel on the ring. You should have a chisel attached to your tool belt, and basically if you right click it, it should have the option to do so. Once you've done that, speak to him again, and he'll like what you've done with the ring, basically. So, now with the engraved ring, he wants you to go give it to the girl he likes, which is a barbarian girl named Gudrun, and she's located in the main village, sort of southwest of the mine spot, literally just a few steps away from Dororan. Go speak to her and give her the ring. Make sure, throughout this dialogue, it doesn't really matter what you pick, but you don't tell her that he is a dwarf just yet. So after you finish speaking to her, you'll find out that she's not allowed to date an outsider, and she'll say to go talk to her father, Gunnar, who is the village chieftain. He's literally in the long hall north of the village, and you want to go talk to him about the whole ordeal. After speaking to Gunnar, it will basically come out that there's no chance that he will let her date an outsider, so you want to go and return to Gudrun to speak to her about it. After speaking to Gudrun, she'll recommend going to speak to her secret admirer and see if you have any ideas to convince her father. So, speaking to Dororan, he'll decide to write a poem for Gunnar, praising his ancestor Gunnar, which will hopefully then convince to let her date an outsider. And you'll basically have to help him make the poem. Now, it's a try and error game in which Dororan will hint the correct words. The first choices you receive are always incorrect. Literally, I think it's like the third part of each time. Basically, you'll choose any two incorrect answers, then you'll have the chance to pick the third one, and it's the same for all three parts of the poem. So the correct answers you want to look for are part 1, the word you want to look for is stray, part 2, the word you want to look for is fret, and part 3, the word you want to look for is swept to war. But with the hints he gives you, it's quite obvious what he's saying, so it's fairly easy to figure out. But after you've done all that, the poem will now be complete, and Dororan will ask you to go to Gudrun and give it to her to read to her father, and a cutscene will take place. So after the cutscene, you'll find out that Gudrun discovers who Dororan actually is, who is a dwarf. She still likes him, and they get together. That sounds a bit wrong. And the quest will be completed. So, congratulations, you completed the Gunnar's Ground quest. You're awarded 5 quest points. This is only if Romeo and Juliet had not been completed, because this is basically a remake of that quest, or an updated version, either way. 300 plus 125 crafting experience. The extra experience is actually from engraving the gold ring, which you've done earlier on, and an antique lamp granting 200 XP in any skill above 5, some swanky boots, and the ability to get further crafting tasks from Dororan, and 2 extra spins on the Wheel of Fortune. So, a very quick and easy quest, and the rewards are pretty decent as well. Now, the additional crafting rewards are very helpful, but you'll only be able to do these once you've achieved a certain level in crafting. But don't worry, no, even after completing this quest, you might not have those levels. You can return at a later date to do it. So, I'll basically tell you, if you speak to the Roran later on, I believe they are in a house sort of southeast of the Grand Exchange. They won't be in the Barbarian Village anymore. He'll ask you to engrave other pieces of jewellery. So the first piece of jewellery he'll ask you to engrave is a ruby bracelet, which will require a crafting level of 42, and it will give you 2,000 crafting experience. The next would be a dragonstone necklace, which requires 72 crafting and gives you 10k crafting experience. And finally, an onyx amulet, which requires a crafting level of 19 and gives 20,000 experience. So there's 3 fairly decent level stuff there, and especially the level 90 for the onyx. That will take people a while to achieve that, but it'll be handy once you've got that level. You can return at a later date just to get that extra bit of XP. So yeah, that's pretty much all for my guide. If you run into any problems or get stuck, I doubt you will though, hopefully not, any of my guide anyway, but make sure you leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll help you as best I can. If not, thank you very much for watching. Please make sure you like, favourite, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to share with your friends. Cheers guys, bye.